Hi, my name is Melissa. Today I'm going to talk to you about why sun gazing is dangerous. There's this ancient practice called sun gazing that millions of people around the world are participating in. It's talked about online. It's talked about at spiritual conventions. It's basically this practice that 1 hour before sunset, you would stand outside and gaze at the sun for a certain period of time, maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe longer. And it's believed that by doing this, you can cure a whole bunch of mental, emotional, physical problems, and maybe even become superhuman. Supposedly, if you sun gaze long enough, you don't even need to eat food anymore. But anyways, I'm going to talk to you about my experience with sun gazing and warn you about why it's dangerous. Shortly after I started sun gazing, I was having hallucinations. Well, I'm not sure if they were hallucinations or if I actually came in contact with an evil spirit. I'm not sure because I live alone by myself, so I didn't have anybody else here to confirm if they were hearing what I was hearing. But anyways, the hallucination that I had was this banging noise. It was like, you see that wall behind me right there? I had this terrible experience where at night I would just hear the sound of something invisible banging on that wall. Like someone taking their fist and just banging on the wall. Maybe with two fists. It sounded like whatever it was angry. And then the same thing happened on the ceiling in my bedroom. It sounded like somebody was taking two fists and just banging on the ceiling in my bedroom. And it was terrible. I tried to check into a motel room so I could get away for a night. And the motel owner, she turned me down because she wanted like $200 for deposit. And she wanted me to have a driver's license and not an ID card. And so it was very disappointing, so I knew I was going to have to go back home to whatever this thing was that was haunting my house. And I broke down and I cried and it was really emotional. I regretted it. I had regretted having sun gazed. You do not know the hell I went through. And so anyways, I did some research online about this, and I found out that sun gazing releases a chemical in the brain called DMT. That's D as in dog, M as in Mary, and T as in Tom. DMT. So there's this chemical in the brain, I think it's produced by the pineal gland. It's called DMT. And when you sun gaze, you increase the amount of DMT in your brain, and it causes hallucinations. Supposedly, that's also the explanation for why people have near-death experiences. That when people are dying, DMT is released in the brain, and people are hallucinating that they're going to heaven, or they're seeing God or angels, or, I mean, I don't know. I mean, supposedly, I mean, that's a scientific explanation. I mean, I know, like, people have their religious belief system, but scientists are trying to say that, that the near-death experience is caused by a chemical called DMT. And the same thing happens when you sun gaze. So please don't sun gaze. It's very dangerous. I also had an experience with sun-charged water. I noticed if I drank sun-charged water, I felt really good. Like, it was one of the best antidepressants I ever had. I felt really good. I just put water in a glass jar, and then leave the water in the glass jar on the windowsill and let the sun charge the water. And then I drank it, and I feel like incredible. But one time, I took the sun-charged water, and I poured it down the drain. I poured it down the drain in the sink. And shortly after I did that, one of my forks moved on its own. I'm not kidding. One of my forks moved from one end of the counter to the other end of the counter by itself. And, I mean, sun-charged water, I mean, I don't know if it creates a ghost. I mean, I'm still not sure what happened, but it's just energy. I think it's energy moving around. When I poured the sun-charged water down the drain, that energy moved around, and it moved my fork. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if I believe in ghosts, but I think it's just the energy moved around, and that's what happened. So, anyways, yeah, you gotta be careful with sun-charged water, too. So, anyways, I'm just putting this out there because I know there's a lot of stuff online right now about sun gazing, and people are getting into this, and some people are really happy with it, but then other people are regretting it. I've seen videos where people were happy with it, and then I've seen videos where people just regretted ever getting involved in it. People that ended up hospitalized. Just be careful. Alright, have a good day. Bye.